All right. It's me, your Glasgow genuine and Celtic captain. All right. As you can see, my troops subscribers. This is my new room. So I thought that it would be pure fucking brilliant to paint my room in green and white. So it's Glasgow and Celtic colours. So here is have green and white, green and decorations, gadgets, not, of course, Glasgow, alright. So here is half, your Glasgow genuine. Traffic on it, as usual, on a Sunday. So, I start with yesterday's match. What do you think about yesterday's Celtic match with Hibernian? Yesterday's match, troops. Do you agree with that VR decision? Because me, no. So fucking no. It's a big no. Big no. You know? Big no. I can't agree with that. That was a disgrace. That was definitely a goal, troops. Definitely a goal. But of course, VR disallowed a goal for Celtic in yesterday's match with Hibernian. I don't know how that happened, but it wasn't a fair play. They just guessed. The referee just guessed. They just guessed that, so it's not a goal. That's a disgrace. That was a disgrace, troops. Seriously. We can't tolerate that. Why? Teams like, for example, Dundee United, just, they protested. They don't want VR system because it causes hundreds of difficulties, hundreds of problems. VR, definitely, let's say that. In just one word, harms every single club. So Celtic should join Dundee United when it comes to VR corrupted system, because it is fucking corrupted. It should be got out. Down the road. Out. If ever say it so. What I want you to say now is comment. Start with commenting the yesterday's match, because that was a rare defeat, rare defeat. I don't know why that happened. Why? But alright. So after the efforts of Tuesday night's match against Bayern Munich, so that's Germany Celtic, suffered a 2-0 defeat today. At yesterday, sorry, that was yesterday, at Easter Road. So we had faced David Graham's Hibernian, so the him got after the best possible one, so sorry, my microphone here. So Celtic suffered 2-1. It should have been 2-2, but alright. The home side is after the best possible start with that late in the second minute of match. So Nectar Trent's draft forward from midfield, end of the ball. We have said pass to Josh Campbell, and then finished on corner. We inside the box. Someone in 5 minutes after, David Gray's men almost doubled their right and Kieran Bowie, shall we, inside the box, and Kasper Schmeichel. So extensive saved that goal. That still seemed to settle inside the game after Schmeichel save, and they began to take control possession. 12 minutes. Luke McGowan almost scored across, aimed towards the back post, but Jordan Smith was able to punch the ball behind the corner. So what happened next? The first half progressed towards 20 minutes na Mark Champions, forcing Hibs on the back. Boston Glasgow, Adam Ida, where I suppose Spurs got away in the box. The Hibs defence were scrumming the block. Alistair Johnston came close to equalising that shy half an hour, but going the Hibs keeper and saved that, I suppose, that front post to the Canadian. So Johnston deigned to receive treatment on the pitch 10 minutes after. So I should say that for a head knock, which occurred in the Hibs corner, So at the break play allowed to both sides to give a brace in that few minutes. So as a result, a Johnston treatment. So the 4 minutes added, end of half. I still would have been hoping that Sting Hibs late in the half by grabbing the equalisers before the break. So was the home side with additional time to their advantage. So in the 4th minute of stoppage time, Campbell grabbed the second of the afternoon header and across the box scraped left one corner net, so that making 2-0 to Hibs, man. So Brendan Rodgers was made three changes on the half time, replacing Greg Taylor was a pish. Greg Taylor was a pish, man. Seriously, that's my opinion. Greg Taylor was a near right, man. Luke McGowan and Adam Ida, Jeffrey Schlupp, Eri Hatate and Jota. As the Jim looked to find a way back to the match. So front of that, Celtic looked over like there, and they put the pressure on Hibs in the second half, man. Conor McGregor had a spot in the era of a few, I don't know, it's my second half, but it's gone so far. The season, it wouldn't, I just been to say that badge on this occasion for the crib just wide, you know. So Hibs continued to carry Fred Hoover within 57 minutes. So the goal in Kasper Schmeichel was one that again produced Tom Saved and Niles Miller. So, I mean, who looks certain to score a header at the back post? So the Celts put themselves back in the game at 68th minute. So when Jota found the Hatate, and they were at each box with a pass. So the Japanese midfielder, seriously, man, rehearsal with microphone. So the being attempt to get a shot away, which was deflected in the air. So it looked like keeper gather it, so it's even dangerous. Doesn't matter. For him, it's about a net half in the first. In 15 minutes to play, Jota almost scored a goal, which have gone down. One of the finest when they run, the Celtic half with the ball at feet. Skip at Hibs, defender. Ham's goalkeeper chopped the ball towards corner, unfortunately. Before it's cleared off the line up behind the Celtic corner. So Celtic continued to press forward. When there's 8 minutes left in 19, so it looks like Dazen had grabbed the equalizer VR review. Fucking VR, man, seriously. Sorry for that F word, but that system is corrupted. And it should be, you know, I don't know, fixed, or people they should just throw it away. I think throw it out or fix it anyway. Celtic should protest. Celtic should protest. They can't let. That's just a system, troops. Just a fucking system. VR. It's so corrupted. And maybe hundreds of referees as well are corrupted. So, but that's a different story. I mentioned it hundreds of times in my videos. So, talking about the referees as well. But that VR system is corrupted. Celtic should protest, because that system doesn't treat them well. So even they are robbed. Celtic is robbed of some of the goals, don't you think? Look, that VR system caused that Celtic lost hundreds of goals, or disallowed goals. Seriously, the decision made a real goal. Of course, that, as Brendan Rodgers said, that VR decision to disallow that goal was just a guess. It wasn't a fair play at all. We just have different away play, a build up maybe. So the Celts were unable to find equaliser. They were searching for a game out very close. I had to look at points. So this one next up for Celtic is the home match against Aberdeen on Tuesday night. And next game we have Hibernian Celtic play next week, so I suppose it should be a match. So Celtic should use hundreds of tricks. It should be that real Celtic I want to see, you know, to win that game, because it's a fight, a real square goal with Scottish Cup. So Celtic has to win it, you know. But as mentioned, VR is corrupted. That one in charge, Alan Mayer, has used VR to overturn. The one referee who was in charge of VR, he always overturned a guess to legitimate Celtic goal. Without having the tools to be, you know, to do it fairly. That was unfair, man. VR has alibi for a decision, which is essentially corrupted, which is biased or whatever, man. But you can't have a major decision like that. Hang on the subjective opinion of someone who's only meant to overturn a referee, a linesman, and there is a clear and obvious error. That wasn't an error. That was just a corruption, clear corruption. And Celtic had to do something about it, you know. Alright. So, trips. Next match to talk about is, do you remember 18th of February, Champions League guy? Celtic's performance was just pure dead brilliant. That's Celtic I want to see, in every fucking game. But they were fighting. Celtic was fighting for up to the last minute, then the Bayern Munich just scored a goal in the last fucking minute, I kept my fingers crossed to the last minute trip, seriously. I couldn't stand it. I was just gutted after. But let me comment that match for you. I've great in this week, so Celtic has been knocked out for the Champions League, of course, man. But Bayern Munich, as usual, a possible way is an equaliser. And then the last minute at the time, so say German progress said 3-2. So on aggregate, it was a heartbreaking end. That last minute, the extra time. I was so raging at that referee. Why you just added that extra time? Why you added 4 minutes? Yep, prick you. It was just seriously. It was heartbreaking. The game for Celtic is put that much into the contest. Where Nicolas Kuhn, I think Australia, the applause of Davis Bandit up over the line. And I guess the equaliser. So there's a warning from Bayern in the first minute. So, but also Michael Leisner had ball and puck the serve to Narby and was Bappas drifted away up target. But I think hero of the match was Kasper Schmeichel. He just saved 9 goals. Bears med Brendan Rodgers spurs to life now, and they had a chance tonight. So that's Cal McGregor on the rest week for Brendan. Bayern, sorry. Defensive faculties of challenge where the ball shot inside the ball, saved the bar. So that was something boys continued to grow. And they named the 15 minutes and they're accurate to just to take the lead now. The first Nicolas Kuhn, after a brilliant piece of skill for Jota. But generally his effort was cleared up the lane. But almost immediately Arne Engels flashed the ball across the face of goal. But it just Engels said deze Maeda. So that was unable to contact the ball and for a certain goal man. The Celtic Civil Alliance Arena around the world, surely I share about disbelief, man. I said the Burnley front wasn't long but before, and there was a huge chance for a wave of boys now. This time Maeda's strike for 18 yards. There's no better. The ball just over bar and just was going. Kasper Schmeichel was got a hero. Just action about 20 minutes. Mark, he produced excellent save for Harry Kane strike, which took a big deflection that's route towards goal. But with just 40 minutes going, there's a chance when Harry Kane got a ball. Now Joshua Kimmich was lurking on the edge of the penalty area, but it's just to win this Saturday night. German captain will probably feel they could have done better with the effort, as you know. There was another left to that Celts. It was just before a break, Harry Kane rattled the crossbar, just for his side box. At the beginning of the second half, Bayern themselves had a golden opportunity late after the ball missed the attack. Celtic against the grotesque as Kasper Schmeichel. Celtic produced a wonderful save to keep the match level. Deze Maeda, as you know, that was something I used to pop. He's not able to kin, just ball Nicolas Kuhn. So, and there's a lot in bottom corners in the Celtic sports way down just before the 70-minute break. The chance was Celtic to go to 0. But the ene sweep across it that is backposted Maeda was Hidras near. Bayern continued to create chances on the rain. Celtic defence that just going to keep that bay with that and six Kasper Schmeichel produced some outstanding saves. Devil. However, at this game toward extra time, this two heartbreaking manager and manage ball. Celtic up Alonso Davies got the most touch of the game. So the goal level score right up at Bayern Munich through 3-2 aggregates. But I don't know, troops. That goal should have been disallowed, I think as well. Celtic with Bayern Munich. That's because a player of Bayern Munich just fouled Maeda in the very box, just that field in that area. So it should have been disallowed, I think, that goal. But again, referees. So maybe just VR system is corrupted in Scotland. So Scottish football is way different for the European football, And that system, seriously, a VR system should be, I don't know, disallowed, fixed, I don't know. it can't be that way. It can't be that way, man. So the new, your Glasgow genuine is putting off the hoops scarf. I'm going to show you around as real Glasgow genuine around Glasgow East End. This time East End, because I'm going to show you the Glasgow's East End. It's pure brilliant, man. It's not, I know it was affected as well by the Industrial Revolution, but I show us around the East End, and I just know after that. Just wanted to show you every Glasgow's corner, every Glasgow's secret, and every Glasgow's mysterious place now, every alley, every place now. But you see that even the industrial charm is pure beautiful, is pure brilliant, you know. So I just love Glasgow the way it is. So is that. So is me. So that's so. Stay tuned. Be aware. I'm taking you on a wee gander. Maybe quick. I don't know if quick, but I'll get it back. Your Glasgow genuine. Traffic kunde. So, let's start with, as you know, the Gallowgate, so the East End. So East End has 50 parts, but I'm going to tell you about that quickly. Is that me again? Ooh. Is it me? Or no me? Is it me or no me, troops? Is it me or no me? Is that me? Is that me, I suppose? Right. So, sorry about that. I have to check some out. Alright, so we gander around Glasgow's East End. So, and this trick is associated with Gallowgate. Gallowgate, as you know, means a road to the gallows. Gallowgate was used. Gallowgate was actually a road to the gallows. It was where the prisoners were transported for the prison, the public execution on the gallows. So that's a Gallowgate means for Scottish Gaelic, road to the gallows. But a district associated with the Glasgow city, Gallowgate, for the medieval streets of Gallowgate, across versus leading to streets towards the gallows, Gallowmere. A location some distance for this is the city of the 19th century, but I think it's the 19th century, right? So this was a densely populated area, but as a worker surrounding the factories from the middle of the 20th century. Housing, the generating slums that got in 1960. So it replaced an extensive public housing scheme, including deck access, machinates of a 31-story blocks, Blue Vale, White Vale, which were demolished, of course, built in 1969. As I mentioned, these flats were demolished. Blue Vale, White Vale, in 2014, not spectacularly, but I mean, those blocks, they structured carefully, floor by floor, you know, because of proximity of the homes railway line. The Gallowgate forms northern edge of the Bars Market, at least what Bars Market, remember Bars Market? Established by Maggie McIver around 1921. So, the lands, because she bought lands of London Road up to Gallowgate, so that's called Bars Market. Of course, the market comprises Victorian tenements. I love the Glasgow tenements that Gate sandstone tenements, especially. Glasgow, I think that it adds to Glasgow. It adds to Glasgow charm. It adds to Glasgow's charm, you know, the sandstone tenements, you know. That is sandstone, that deep steel blue sky and the deep green, the Glasgow colours, you know. These are Glasgow colours, and I'm dreaming about these colours all the time. Seriously. So, nearby it's a barrel and ballroom, as you know, as well by Maggie McIver, 1934. So, Glasgow Green, as you know, is the largest, but not the largest, second largest, because the largest is Pollock Park, but Glasgow Green is the largest park in Glasgow. Sorry, not the largest once again. It's second largest after Pollock Park. It was established given actually by James II, was the King of Scotland, to the people of Glasgow as a gift around 1415. It was a place for entertainment and there is a green space. But for 1814 it became a place for public executions under the gallows. That's because the prison and Glasgow Town Hall and the court moved to the Salt Market and St. Enoch court for that one in Merchant City. So that's how it moved public execution to Glasgow Green as well. The new is a place of the the brilliant pearls of Glasgow. I should say the pearls of Glasgow because that one is People's Palace. People's Palace is the pearl of Glasgow, I think. It tells you a history of people of Glasgow, social history of Glasgow and its people. The very begins with 1750s, how they lived and that, then is a Templeton carpet factory. Then it's a brewery. Of course, pure brilliant winter gardens attached to People's Palace. So People's Palace renovated, as you know, but to be pure brilliant. I'd love to see that effect, in 2027, but I'd love to. The Calton. Calton is the Gaelic word Colidun, meaning wood on the hill. Bastard had been known for some time that Blackfoot, supposedly. That's because it was created surface mining for the Barrowfield estate. So that was, that was made at the Bar of Barony next to Glasgow in around 1846. Most of the Bregton and Carlton stone land are probably Barrowfields. And that was the estate. So our first appears in 1513. And the mansion house stood in Bregton. That was Bregton. The first record appears in 1513 as mansion house stood in Bregton, but a year top after, kom ik Hoyser Street, and so the Lake mansion house is a stone quarry around 1844. So that was very brilliant. John Walkinshaw was the owner of the lands of Calton. John Walkinshaw, as Glasgow merchant, of course, bought Barrowfield estate for around 1617. It was held a family until the as a grandson, which is a bit late, magistrate in Glasgow, 1723. So following the involvement in Jacobite uprising around 1715. The 1730s, around 1788, it was property of John Orr. His involvement in Jacobite uprising in 1715, and John Orr in 1795, it belonged to merchant hosier, both of whom were remembered in Bregton Street. So names that Calton Stones at the site of Gallowmere, the area of common land. Its name suggests that, as you know, for executions. So it was sold by Glasgow to John Walkinshaw, the early 18th century, and the United Barrowfield Holdings. So, Dennistoun. Dennistoun is a massive part of Glasgow, massive part of East End, created for estates of Easter Craigs or Wester Craigs. You know what I mean? Parklands, the street names, Easter Craigs is beside the main entrance to Alexander Park. Wester Craig is off Duke Street. The famous Tennant Brewery is situated Duke Street. Weston Belgrove Street. So Alster Street got old divisions of Easter Craigs and Wester Craigs is made of private estates, so there's a team for another mess of Parklands down. So three states, Easter Craigs are named Craig Park, White Hill, and Meadow Park. Craig Park named after Craig situated north side of Easter Craigs, stretching halfway to Duke Street. White Hill is south side of Varan for Duke Street, towards the boundary of Craig Park. So it looks a name for a fact that a fascinate of the estate around the name of the estate stood a number of whitish coloured rocks. Meadow Park was an estate further east beside Cambernauld Road. It was also known in Meadow Park. And also the estate White Hill, before it was sold up, becoming separate estates. So at Meadow Park will be sold stood on, instead occupied by Golfield Cricket Club. Dennistoun is very massive troops, but I have to talk about some more important facts. So, alright, so let's start with Dennistoun family. Originally, who owned the Dennistoun of East End Dennistoun, part of Glasgow. So in normal descent family, the Denniston name appears in the records of Court King Malcolm, the 4th of Scotland. So as a date in 1165, wait, where are we on, troops? I have to switch on my light, just for a wheel. I thought it's better. I'll be late. Oh, Glasgow genuine with traffic on the serious. Alright, so he died in 1165. That family has long association with the country on the beginning of the 19th century. So the brothers, James Alexander Denniston, were partners of very successful shipping company, of course, in Glasgow. So a branch, which branch is America, Australia. So in 1814, James Denniston took residence area when they bought the vacant estate of Goughill. For the trustees of previous owner, and also Jonathan Anderson, James Denniston, for the knew the mansion was a Goldfield house, which was situated slightly in a way at a Goldfield school. Stones. James Denniston was a keen support of the Labour Party, a work is successful in the Reform Bill. In return for his hard work, just for the knighthood, Prime Minister agree. So Alexander Denniston, the same year, had been elected Liberal member of the Parliament of Dumbarton. He soon found the parliamentary elections wasn't just resigned a seat for next 14-15 years or something like that. But as here for Alexander Denniston, except that I was new managing director of family shipping business and a senior partner, just younger brother as well. So John Dane in 15 made his own first move. The estate of Craig Park was vacant due to the death of previous owner, James Mackenzie. Around 1806, Mackenzie had been elected Provost of Glasgow. Glasgow. Opened the estate, Craig Park Waite, stone quarry, which is basically material for making Glasgow's the macadamia roads. But Alexander Denniston purchased Craig Park for Mackenzie's trustees, and that was the interesting arrangement. That was a curious arrangement, one. So it was because it gave him the near neighbour, John Reid, who at the time was a resident of Whitehill House. So it was seen certain that these two men go to each other. Alexander Denniston was suitably impressed by John Reid's plans for a new residential suburb. So because after the death of the John Reid around 1852, so this is the next year plans for a new residential suburb, and that was because of the death of John Reid around 1852. Well, the next year, Mr. Denniston had acquired, I suppose, the estate of Whitehill and the Meadow Park. So I mean, that's it. We're giving him control over the whole Easter Craigs. He also bought the properties adjacent to Goughill around 1856. He engaged the services in the local architect Jim Salmon and drew plans for property. Alexander Denniston not only had plans for properties drawn, but they were at West Street. So and one of the terraces proposed is a bit of place also named them. So they said they tell the Denniston story by street names. So the architect's plan showed the Alexander Denniston territory extending from Cumbernauld Road to the eastern boundary of the Fair Park. Fair Park is the day's Glasgow necropolis. Right? So Fair Park was once, so Glasgow necropolis graveyard was once Fair Park. Did you know it was it's extinct volcano as well? That's a curious fact, you know. It's also become the Tim Hill Road, Duke Street, famous Duke Street, you know. There was once a Duke Street prison, the hardest prison in Glasgow, was situated at Duke Street, and the new was situated in as brewery, as I mentioned. But which was become the Fair Park, which has become the necropolis. So I mentioned about that. So around 1857, the ground was prepared for a building beginning for the Western Craigs, Craig Park, digging Craig Park stones, fossils, and that. The discovered usual type, not expert declared that they cover similar as those usually we found of Arctic regions, and they claimed that as a proof, right? So Denniston, Alexander Denniston, was named, that suburb was named after Denniston, Alexander Denniston. Denniston planned to create a modern suburb of self-contained villa-type houses. So it's pure the brilliant district. Very vintage. It has that industrial charm as I mentioned earlier. So Camlachi, another part of East End, so it's around 1770s. Camlachi was a small weaving village. The piece of Glasgow, a small mansion house with a several woolen factory with opening coal mines that opposite neighbourhood, by the Dunlop Cross, Quarantine, which was transformed by 1820. So that was reported inhabitants, most of it over 230,000 people. Wagon loads, but coal each year. So founderies of agent shops, that was beside the Camlachi. Burnt teak, advantage supplies, including works of Francis Smith, later Duncan. MacArthur, who was a leading builder, the marine engines 1810. So the young David Napier opened his engine works around 1814, quickly overturned MacArthur as best engine builder man in the west of Scotland. Camlachi was well situated for transport of finished products 1821. So Napier removed to Lansfield, north bank of the Clyde. So Shellstone, another part of East End, so it's during their period of handloom moving continued to improve methods for agriculture introduced. So that's something that progressed. So I mean that's it was a mining industry, you know. So by until 1799, miners were bound to hypercochlery for fire. So living a state of virtual serfdom of employment of females. And the boys under Shellstone and before was forbidden by law around 1842. James Gary, and so the first steam engine that mined in the Glasgow area, Quarantine, around 1842. James Gary is the first steam engine mine of Glasgow area, Quarantine, around 1760. So the improvements in drainage, the upper and deeper mines, consider the expansion of iron industry from Monklands. The Clyde Iron Works were started in Fulton around 1786 by Thomas Eddington, by William Candle within 1812. But Dunlop family owners the Clocross estate, the visionary invention of hot blast furnace for works 1828 by Shellstone born James Nielsen, company by major producers but pig iron. Alright, so Main Street was opened through Shellstone, south of the old Shellstone. Roads continued eastwards, and the Shellstone Kirkhouse and hostelry horses vehicles during the Cecil and modern success from this around 1771. So in the 1780s, John Macmillan, a minister of Reformed Presbyterian Church, held open-air communes in summer. By the way, Brecton was an industry village that emerged in the 18th century just outside Glasgow's boundaries. Original from the Barrowfield estates. Lands became Brecton of the Rooster Glen Bridge was built across Clyde in 1775. So 1776, Main Street was also constructed at this time. Like the fact that Brecton Cross and stone houses were appearing along the route. In contrast, the old mansion house of Barrowfield was that as specific 19th century as a reminder of the Brecton's pre-industrial past. So its most celebrated inhabitants had been Walkinshaw family. His fortunes were lost as a result of their Jacobite allegiance in 1715 rebellion. Brecton was annexed to Glasgow in 1846. Dalmarnock is a district of Glasgow, so it's such a city centre. East of the city centre of Glasgow, so north of the River Clyde, on the other side of the River Clyde. Oh, aye. We may hear Glasgow genuine. I suppose it's pretty brilliant. At the town of Rooster Glen, so also bounded by Glasgow neighbours, or Parkhead, in northeast of Brecton, and northwest. So the area was once heavily industrialised. Sir William Arrow, CU, by the extensive engineering works at Dan Street, Baltic Street, for 1873. So it's beginning a boiler, making that as firm after became renowned for its achievements, man. So it's further of the structural engineering of the Mary Bridge constructed throughout Britain, where Fort Larry Bridge, Fort Road Bridge, and Humber Bridge and Tower Bridge. Parkhead. Do you know what Parkhead is smashing? That's because in Parkhead, Celtic Park is situated. Oh, hi. So anyway, Parkhead is district of east end of Glasgow, so it's became a small weaving village, the weaving hamlet, and the meeting place of the Great Eastern Road, now the Gallowgate, and the Toll Cross Road, right? Westmere Street, so Glasgow Street, Necropolis Cemetery, was sited at the area around 1847. So beside the Gallowgate, in borders of the Shelston or Toll Cross, in the immediate east of Camlachi and Denniston, to the west now, the area flourished, man. So discovery called in 1837 that production of the great still castings the Parkhead Forge. So that's about 1837. So it's 1986. The construction of first phase of the Ford shopping centre began on the site. So Parkhead Cross, it's a major road junction. It's a major road junction, as I mentioned. It's a major road junction. Aye. Meeting point of Gallowgate, Duke Street, Westmere Street, Toll Cross Roads, and the Burger Street. So, Celtic, it's a place, it's a home for Celtic FC football club. It's a Celtic Park. Under Stadium Celtic Park, which opened in around 1882, after the club moved across the road, the other grounds they had been playing for the first 3 years. A journalist covering the event reported that it was a moving of a graveyard to paradise. Because hence Celtic Park is called Paradise. It was the proximity of adjacent cemetery, hence the nickname Paradise. Celtic Park is located in 95th Carriday Street. Alexandra Park, Pure the Brown Park of Glasgow. Its park was sited out of a city improvement trust around 1866. 1817 on 30 acres of land, so West Rickenhill, army unemployed. Labourers engaged landscape estate now. Alexander Denniston, about extra 5 acres of land, main entrance for Alexander Park. Hackhill, another part of East End, so it's a residential neighbourhood in Glasgow. So it's situated at the east end of the city, not very, very close. The Houston includes tenements, most of all around the 1800s, 1930s. Former country hosts several more recently, Rottingham's. It's bordered by Alexandra Park. To the north, we Reddery beyond, Carnty, the east, Denniston, the west, Parkhead, the south, and Australia. It falls to the Denniston Board of Glasgow City Council since in 2017. Boundary reassessment. So, Breakfold, a residential area of Toll Cross. Bothfield is around just 2.5 miles. East south of Glasgow City Centre. The east of Parkhead, south of Shelston, immediately south of Toll Cross Park. So it's in between the former tobacco merchant estate now, Toll Cross, Dalebeth, and Westworth, Breakfold didn't begin to develop until the end of the 19th century, with the construction of red sandstone tenements along Toll Cross Road. So extensive public housing was developed in the 1930s to allow the slums of the city centre to be cleared. First 3-story blocks of flats, houses being added in around 1950s, 60s, if you amenities now. Reddery, pure small part of east end of Glasgow, so it's a predominantly Reddery as a residential area, consisting of 1920s of area semi-detached houses now. The era known Redderinos. It's from 1920s now, so there's story tenement buildings containing multiple apartments. It is the place where the Berlin prison is situated. The area lies to the northeast of the centre of Glasgow. So, Nelly Bank, it's a neighbourhood of the east of Glasgow, so that's the neighbouring New Bank, the Bradfield, and the eastern part of Parkhead in north, London Road France to the south, no, and that's opposite between the road. River Clyde, no, as far as the papers, but Barrowfield, man. So, football training ground on the Celtic FC and the Dewars basketball plant and warehouses are the form of the West Home Country estates. So, New Bank is a neighbouring is the east end of Glasgow. So, home grounds. So, adjacent to Parkhead. It is bounded south of London Road. it's nu a settlement of kunsthuis na Glasgow schemes ones. So that derives to the 18th century is the date of the name. There's a Newbank house is left near remains, but there's a residence from the 19th century Newlands Primary School in Springfield, road near Parkhead Cross. Cranhill was developed for public in the early 1950s, so it's chiefly composed with 4-storey tenement blocks surrounding the part of grassland. They become Cranhill Park. Tall Cross, that area was once, as you know, there was the mass employment industry regional, but thanks to Rajri, large Fullerton Steelworks, McVitie Biscuit Factory was one of the main employers in the area, but closure in 2022. It has been in the area since 1920, so many residents honor them. And the Labank Housing Estate consider themselves residents of Tallcross, but they, in the biscuit, like the biscuit factory one, were officially placed on a separate Braithville ward, Glasgow City Council, an organisation in 2007. There's a Mokinfold Road has been the administrative boundary. So aimed at with the land of the west in the Carlton ward. So this is in the east and Shelston ward in the rest of Tallcross. So the Carntine estate was the person celebrating was an exhaustible themes of the code, this hard rock grace man. For generation to generations it was what 600, so the Carntine of fair known Westmere, so carpets long afford the chief sources supply to Glasgow. It's a suburban district of Glasgow, and then it was situated north of the River Clyde and the east end of the city. It's formed by a core of east centre of the Glasgow under Glasgow City Council, which also includes the neighbouring Reddery, Cranhill areas, or Carntine. Been derived with its name for certain Picos called settlements, Cairnton, however Carntine may be fire cairn. Greenfields, neighbouring the eastern of Glasgow, so Glasgow north of River Clyde, was built on a Greenfield house, which was demolished to make a new scheme in the 1960s. The area is also home to, recently they upgraded football centre as for amateur games now. Griffiths is the south of the Cranhill, of the Shelston, of the Carntine, west of Springboig and Boothill. Small area of Glasgow is Lightburn, as well as south side of the trunk road opposite Cranhill, 4 miles, the Glasgow city centre. Ruhazi, small hamlet, is the area of, as mentioned, at least 18th to the 20th century, near the Garcraig Colliery. So located in the local housing of its new stones, there was also productive brick in Carcraig, the 1870s, 1920s, a two-country house, there's a Croft Croyne, Craig End developed. The housing part of the city, Greater Easter House, program in 1950s, mostly consisting of tenements, neighbourhoods, also of the centre of Glasgow, Ice Cream Wars. As you remember, Glasgow Ice Cream Wars. If not, watch my Spain video. I just recorded a video about Glasgow gangs and mentioned about the Glasgow Ice Cream Wars as well. So watch it. It's very worth it, man. Really fucking worth it. So I talk there about Glasgow schemes. Glasgow gangs, main Glasgow gangs. And the Glasgow gang war, Glasgow ice cream war. So really, really worth it to watch. So if you didn't watch that video, just watch it, right? So next on Springboig, in the Shelston east center of Carntine. A country in the 19th century, but stressing me that choosing that post-war, and it was a story tenement which was inspired by the German and the Viennese style. So, Barnanark was developed as a response to city post. Warhusen was in 1946, now at over 2,300. 4 apartment houses were built by Barnanark House, which was constructed by David Hamilton around 1822, demolished in 1972. So, Barachny lies between suburbs of Ballanark, on north of Garfield, the east of Mount Vernon, to the south. Shown as a discrete coiler hamlet on 19th century, Ordnance survey maps line on the road which connects Billieston, Sandy Hill, The area is now presumably residential in nature. Mount Vernon is a local historian Robert Murray had discovered that a name was given to the property by the merchant Robert Boyd, who purchased the wood edges in around 1841, and they renamed it Mount Vernon around popular admiral Edward Vernon. The tobacco merchant George Buchanan, son of Lord Provost Andrew Buchanan of Drumpellier, acquired the estate around 1756. Buchanan built the mansion, the country house, which conducted businesses in Glasgow. He lived in a Virgin mansion that had a Virginia Street, so the house was the estate remained of the haunts of the Buchanans of Drumpelliers. So Mount Vernon was in the end of 19th century upon the state of sort of construction villas around 1850s, 60s. Above the era's purposeful suburb accelerated after opening a railway station of the Glasgow, Bothwell Hamilton Coldbridge Railway around 1883. Carmel, so it's situated on the right bank of the Clayton or River Cambuslang. Situated for bank of the Clayton or of the Cambuslang. So the name Carmel is said to come from as a form of Gaelic, Cafirmo, meaning the Beartun. It was a poor little hamlet until 1741. The Amazon factory was set up there to discover iron sites. The late 18th century led to the industrialization of the area. Craig End is a neighbouring Glasgow, so situated north of the Clyde. Immediately the Garthamloch, Mr. Hoganfield. Parker has this separated from Cranhill at Queensley, south of the M8 motorway. Craig Castle, you can see the Craig Castle there, was built by James Smith, Jordan Hill, 1816. Cardowan, peripheral public housing estate of Glasgow, so that was Garthamloch, land around Garthamloch. We had a name now just for Harvey family who went on a fortune in whiskey, a dram whiskey, alright. So for Glasgow distilling industry grew rapidly in 19th century. It was at Garthamloch. It was one of a number of small villages, one, so that's the area. It's a people work as farmers. Queensley, the Scottish Industry Estate, Queensley Industry Estate was opened around 1948. And there's industry area line, wholly within the city. Initially, it was somewhat isolated for the city, but new housing developments, seriously, in the East End and brought by labour force to the Easterhouse area. Around 1956, factory space amounted 618,000 square feet. So, house consists primarily of council tenements, and there was some day scheme. So that most late 1950s, which were refurbished in the early 21st century. As well done modern houses and that, so the tenements were knocked down. There are 2 primary schools, and the rural shops, you fascinated with a very modern community centre. And the neighbourhood house was constructed in the 1950s. Alright. Garrow Hill, Bellystone, small village of Glasgow. So Bellystone was originally a small mining village, which grew up alongside others across Hill Barachny. So neighbouring Garrow Hill was built a private housing. Estate in the 1930s, Bellystone was broke by the Glasgow city boundaries around 1975 under the terms of Local Government Act in 1973. Daldoy in Glasgow lie estuary the River Clyde, and the south of the north, Calderwood, the east, was created by the present area of Brimhouse, and the north. Daldoy remained the haunts of the Bogle family until 1825. So when the estate was sold, and sold to John Dixon, the Calder Iron Works. James Cole, another Glasgow merchant, acquired it around 1830s. The estate had extensive coal mines until the 1930s. Daldoy crematorium is built in the site of Mansion, and the site of Mansion were situated in 1955. Brimhouse, the area, I was home as money in late 1800s, so early 1900s, so the several parts of local area. The buildings surrounding the area situated at A74, Hamilton Road, including local public housing. So, Macloch deriving its name from fact historic main route. Taking us to in Glasgow and England. So Calder Park House, situated roughly in the same location as a public park, was linked to powerful families. It's owned adjacent Deltaway Estate. So Swinton, another part of east end of Glasgow. So I was eastern suburb of Glasgow, north of the area, so Belliston in the Garrow Hill. And this is Spring Hill. It was now, concurrent with the 19th century Esterhuis village, And the hamlet of Swinton began to emerge with the building of the Conhon handloom weavers' cottages. In the early 1780s, a house development was constructed around the 1920s and more than 1970s, so it was current neighbourhoods from the 1980s onwards. Spring Hill, in the district of Glasgow, east end of Glasgow, so it's not a River Clyde. Eastern, to the side north of the areas of Blaystone, on the Garrow Hill, West Swinton, Spring Hill, it was just a consist mainly of detached family houses in the 1980s. So, a Glasgow Business Park, part of the industrial commercial estate near the neighbourhoods of Ballanarg and East Hall. Easterhouse, as you know, Easterhouse was once the Glasgow scheme, as you know. So until 1950s, Greater Easterhouse contained around 13 working farms, so that's housing developments, proposed in 1930s, so postponed because of the Second World War, and then in addition to farming, was mainly quarrying and the farming declined as housing development expanded, although it remains working for backfloats near Craig End. So for 1960s, schools and shops opened. Population reached over almost 60,000. A shopping centre opened around 1972. The collapse of Glasgow's traditional industries produced low income levels at the area's remoteness with the security of civilization. Homesteading were a consequence of the need of renovation, so were offered, which took responsibility undertaking the repair. Greater Easterhouse, what can I say about Easterhouse? There are now over 200 community organisations operating in the fields of health, environment, sports and arts. In 2000, the purpose-built campus of John Whately College, formerly housed, a school building, was completed. Populations continue to fall, as now around 23,000 in Easterhouse. There's a pure mysterious place, pure magic, I think, medieval. It's medieval trees in Easterhouse, I think, so it's Provan Hall. Provan Hall has long rich history, man. Although Provan's lordship, as was said to be Glasgow's oldest house, Provan Hall predates, it's just Smidgestone. Provan Hall sits within the edifice estate of some 5,000 acres covering northeastern park of Glasgow, Scritch and Spring, Burn to Bishop Loch, for a Shelston Garthamloch. A sale was on the estate granted around 1115. The Chirba Earl of Cumbria, Davidton, dead of Scotland, this is of Glasgow, so it's been established. Smith Castle stays a cathedral, the area, close to as well, the castle besides the cathedral, the area close to Ballanarg, which is in a country house, Archbishop. The residence of Lochwood. So a couple of miles west of Bishop's country of Lochwood, with the hunting territory of Bishop Forest, Provan Hall. It's been the original part of the church Ballanarg, which is one of the 32 churches across the Eastern West, form a chapter of the cathedral. The house is said to have been used to hunting lodge visited James IV. Ballanarg was crowned the Grand with the first strat in the 1490s by King James IV. Repeatedly held Ballanarg the Royal Canon Cathedral of Provan. Provan Hall, forming the north range of the Wild Country Yard, is a substantially complete pair of houses, enclosed by a screen, with gateways. It was a base for which the Canon of Ballanarg could administer the estate and Cuban also was spent over his time with the presence of Glasgow Cathedral. So Provan Hall House is older than the two Provan buildings. It's thought to be 550 years old. The exact date of construction was a matter of debate in architecture features to show that an oldest province lordship constructed around 1471, that one in Doonhead, part of Glasgow, so even though 10 years older. So it's the best preserved medieval fortified country house in Scotland, right? So there's a beautiful park, Pewdibrown Park as well, in Easterhouse. There's Auchinleigh Park. So it became the responsibility of New Heritage Trust, with seek funding to restore the buildings and develop purpose, build visitor centre as well. Drumpellier Country Park is situated in Easterhouse. So in the 18th century, the park formed the estate owned by the Buchanan family of Glasgow. So James Buchanan inherited his father's business, including tobacco plantation in American around 1759. However, it suffered significant loss to the American Independence War around 1777. James so appeared that appearance also businessman, subsequently established second business. James Buchanan, the promoter of Monkland Canal, refused to the post. Canal was 12 miles long. It was designed for about 4 combining from Monkland to Glasgow. So after a difficult pure salt period, construction process was opened progressively for 1771. The canal was well situated to benefit the evolving industrial revolution. The day the canal was being restored and is now a useful leisure wildlife asset. So it's come to woodland extended 54 hectares a month. This comprises ancient semi-natural woodland, mixed broad to believed to woodland, so that also include birch, beech, oak, 14 types of broad-leaved tree and 4 types of conifer. Sparse by grass are providing him for a heather, blueberry, spangle moss. Drumpellier has remained the property of the Buchanan family ever since. So I hope you like it. So I hope you like this video. So I'm going today. I love to tell you, what I'm going to do just now. Your Glasgow Genuine with Traffic Connect is going to tell you that my next video will be as usual next Sunday. The very evening or night. So stay tuned as well. So next time, my video will be about walking through Glasgow's industrial past. So I show you around that industrial Glasgow, that I show you the industrial part of Glasgow. So next time on a Sunday, be prepared for a wee step back, or hundreds of steps back. A wee gander. So maybe a wee gander through Glasgow's industrial past. So be prepared for that. To be Pewdibrown, I think. Plus, I'm going to cover 2 Celtic matches. I just believe that this week will be Pewdibrown for Celtic. Alright? So, have a brilliant evening. And, for Glasgow Genuine and Celtic Dafty with Traffic Connect. Alright. So, have a belter. And see you next Sunday.